Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, we'll be reviewing the anticipated Mattel Jurassic World Dino Trackers, Gigantic Trackers, Elasmosaurus. Now, when Mattel released their Plesiosauruses back in 2019, many collectors were speculating that they were going to make an Elasmosaurus in the future. Pretty reasonable for them to assume that, since Elasmosaurus is pretty much one of the most popular plesiosaurs alongside Plesiosaurus itself. 4 years later, in 2023, it would eventually become a thing. Now, this toy was actually revealed last summer during San Diego Comic-Con, so we had to wait quite some time for it. But after having this in hand, I can say that wait was definitely worth it. So let's take a quick look at the packaging. On the left, Jurassic World logos, render of Velociraptor Blue and Beta, the ocean background with the oil rig, and on the top right, the ocean icon. And on the back, instructions on how to add it to your Jurassic World Facts app game, the digital world map, render of the toy, and the other Wave 2 Gigantic Trackers, which is the Bistahiverser. So let's waste no time and see what this new marine reptile has to offer. Here is the Elasmosaurus out of the packaging, and wow, this thing is beautiful. Other collectors who reviewed this said that it was one of the best mainline figures, and they definitely were not lying. Just from looking at this Elasmosaurus from a distance, you can see how nice the sculpt and detailing is. The paint job looks amazing as well, and most importantly, the plastic quality feels durable. This is how the mainline toys should be. Now let's do some quick measurements. Unfortunately, I still don't know where my tape measure is, and this toy is too long for the flexible ruler. But thanks to other collectors who reviewed this, they said that it was 15 inches long. So Elasmosaurus in real life was estimated to be around 34 feet in length, so with those measurements, this figure would be in the 1/27 scale range. First, let's take a look at the head sculpt. We are already off to a great start. You can see all of these thick crocodilian-like scales across the face. The skull also has the general shape of a plesiosaur. It's not too long, but not too short, and the teeth interlock, perfect for catching small fish and squid. Opening up the mouth, the tongue has plenty of detailing, but unfortunately, there is no paint in the upper jaw. Going down, you can see these nicely sculpted snake-like scales. That looks amazing. And then there's a long vein in the neck, and these thicker scales on top of the neck. These thick scales are also on the top of its back and the front of its fins. I'm guessing these are meant to be barnacles. We can see all that small crispy detailing. I really like how Mattel has been stepping up to their detailing when it comes to scales. The Dryptosaurus also has this feature, but not as well done as this though. Then on the underbelly, the scales are visible, but they are a little bit more smooth. And then down the short tail, you can see, I guess you can call it a tail fluke, but it looks more like an eel. The Prestosuchus also has this feature. I seriously think that this is one of the best detailed Mattel Jurassic World figures. I honestly think it has more detail than many of the Hammond Collection dinosaurs. Now let's talk about the coloration. Honestly, I don't think Mattel did a super good job with the paint jobs of these Dino Tracker figures, especially some of the Wild Wars. But this Elasmosaurus, the paint job is just wonderful. It suits the reptile very well. You can see it has all types of blue colors on it. The primary color appears to be a light blue, and the striping around the face going down to the front flippers looks to be a dark grayish blue. And the eye itself is orange with a black slit pupil. The underside has beige. Unfortunately, it does not continue down the belly, but it's not as distracting as, say, the striping not continuing down the tail. Speaking of the tail also has a nice blue color, and right here, it just looks to be light gray. This figure sports 4 posable joints. That is, of course, the flippers, which are all on a ball joint. I really like this type of articulation. It's one of the many reasons why I loved Mattel's previous marine reptiles. You can put it into all sorts of awesome poses like this. And this time, the tail cannot move at all. But that's completely fine because this type of tail articulation has always been pointless. My apologies, but there are actually 5 points of articulation. I completely forgot about the joint at the head, though the head can't move 360. The action feature of this plesiosaur is pretty cool. On the top, there are 2 buttons, both of them open up the mouth. So this one moves the head to the left, while this one right here moves the head downwards. The second gimmick is the tracking gear. It's dark brown in coloration and made out of a very soft rubber material. The animal looks pretty cool with it. Starting off with our comparisons, here are 3 Mattel Plesiosauruses. So we've got the Battle Damage and the Savage Strike variants. Plesiosaurus is of course a smaller relative of Elasmosaurus. Next, here are all of the other marine reptiles from Mattel. So we've got the Nodosaurus, Plesiosaurus, Mosasaurus, Kronosaurus, and Liopleurodon. We also have one more coming soon, which is a Dacosaurus for the Danger Pack assortment. Let's bring in some other Dino Tracker toys for comparison. So we've got the Danger Pack Zwanhanosaurus, Piotnitskysaurus, and Tupandactylus. Here is the Strike Attack Prestosuchus, very stylized but still awesome looking. I don't have the Gigantspinosaurus yet, but it should be arriving from Amazon later this week. Next, we have the Wave 2 Wild Roars, the Nigersaurus, Regaloceratops, and Orcoraptor. Here we have the Gigantic Trackers Bistahiversor. It's cool looking despite how crazy it looks, but the Elasmosaurus is the superior Gigantic Trackers. Next, let's bring in the Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Real Feel T-Rex. Here's the Mattel Jurassic World Tanystropheus, and you can see the Elasmosaurus has quite a similar paint job. Now let's do some recently released Hammond Collection figures. So we've got the juvenile Stegosaurus and T-Rex, the Metriacanthosaurus, and the Corythosaurus. Let's bring in the Collectae Elasmosaurus, which is a scientifically accurate take on the marine reptile. Here is the gorgeous Beast of the Mesozoic 135 scale Tyrannosaurus Rex. Last but not least, here is the Elasmosaurus next to the Collectae Xiphactinus and the Collectae Mini-Xiphactinus. Xiphactinus and Elasmosaurus did actually coexist. Well, there you have it, guys. That was my review on the Mattel Jurassic World Dino Trackers, Gigantic Trackers, Elasmosaurus. Overall, this figure is just stunning. The paint job is great, the detailing is crispy, the plastic quality is durable, and of course, those ball-jointed flippers. This is definitely my favorite Dino Trackers toy, and one of the best Mattel Jurassic World mainline toys in general. So I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. If you want one for yourself, you can buy it off of Amazon or Big Bad Toy Store. I got mine off of Amazon. So if you guys enjoyed this review, leave a comment down below, hit that like and subscribe button, it really supports my channel. And I will see you all in the next video.